Yeah, I want to be out front this time.
Fine.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the dark.
You're in the dark. That's where you should be.
Been left in the dark before.
Yeah.
So let's do jazz compilations.
Jazz, man, that's my ballpark.
Well, we'll see. I'm not sure which compilations we have. This is Jazz Gala '79, so it's right at the end of your.
Well, who do we have?
Well,
I'm dying to know.
Claude Bowling, Carmen McRae, Joe Williams.
Well, Claude Bowling, that's from like Europe. Yeah.
Thad
Jones, yeah.
Cat Anderson.
That's from the Duke Ellington trumpet player, first seat. And Joe Williams.
But he'd probably be a little bit older at this point, I think.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
But that's always cool, even when you catch artists in their late years. I mean, I remember catching Sweets Edison at Jazz Alley with Gray. Can help me out with Gray? The trombone player. No, it's not
Gray. Al Gray.
No, I want to say Al Gray, but that's right. It is Al Gray. You're right. It's Al Gray. Yeah, no. I did think of Joel Gray for a moment. And I was like,
my apologies for having that hesitation there.
Yeah,
I know you're big
gosh.
in the industry.
It's huge.
And there's so many recordings. And
oh my God!
how I ever hesitated on that, I don't know.
But this, I'm sure, is fun. It's looking like a fun group concert. Musicians. It looks like might be in France, and
it has a lot of tunes here that I'm not familiar with, and then it has a lot of old standard as well. Bye Bye Blackbird and
it looks like they had
Them Their Eyes,
looks like
Body and Soul, and yet there's tunes like Bar Jammers and Rock Rhythm, Jungle Trap.
Well, it looks like they have a group of musicians that were all European that they had backing them. So they just brought in these ringers.
I think it was quite something for you to come up with that, since so much of this is written in German or French. What is it?
No,
French,
it's not.
probably. Look at that! Look at that right there.
Well, that part, yes.
That's
all French.
Excuse me.
Well, trumpets, yes. It says trumpets, but it says trombones.
Oh, it's French, yeah.
But all the players are.
It's called the Grand Moment
French.
concert in French.
But anyway, that's that one. And what do we have next? We have Newport in New York.
Well, Newport, New York. Yeah.
And this is a series of
Zoot Sims there. No, it was.
Okay, I don't know if these are the same years.
Doubt it.
72 and 72.
Oh, was it?
Well, there you go, doubting man.
Oh man, I don't doubt that.
Another one of those like Norman Granz where he would record.
So one was Friday night, and another one's Saturday
night.
and
Yeah. And like this one is a 1 record, and this one looks like a 2 record set. Yes, it's volume 3 and 4. So this one's got Jimmy Smith, Zoot Sims, Kenny Burrell, Clark Terry, B.B. King, Illinois Jacquette, Roy Haynes, and Joe Newman featured. So
only one still alive, I believe, and that's Kenny Burrell.
Bringing us all down. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
But the music still lives on, folks. Yeah, that's right. You can.
Well, we got
pull these
Nat
out.
Adderley, Art Blakey,
Gary Burton. Doesn't get much better than vibes for Gary Burton. Yeah, Jackie Byard. I don't know that one. Do you know Jackie Byard?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. What instrument?
Saxophone.
Oh, okay. George Duke, Harry Edison, Tyree Glenn, Dexter Gordon, Herbie Hancock, Chubby Jackson. I don't see Chubby Jackson get much.
That's the first time I even heard the name.
I think I have something by him with a big band. Something I want to say late 50s, early 60s. Bud Johnson.
Well, these are all big names.
Roshan Roland Kirk, Howard McGee, Al McKibben. I don't know that one. James Moody, Jerry Mulligan, Joe Newman, Flip Phillips, Larry Ridley, Zoot Sims, Jimmy Smith, Sonny Stitt, Clark Terry, Chuck Wayne, Tony Williams, Kai Wanding. Almost got it out. But those jams are so cool. I enjoy all the jam sessions. So that always rings my bell. And a lot of times that is what jazz is we're just going to come together and we're going to play, and we're going to have some semblance of a chart, and let's see what you can do with it. And these are some great players that I'm sure can do something with it. Next up, we have Montreux Summit, Volume 1. Bob James, George Duke, Billy Cobham, Ralph McDonald, Steve Kahn. Now these are all later until Dizzy's eyes are rolling in the back of his head, because it's like Eric Gale, Stan Getz, Woody Shaw, Alfonso Johnson, Dexter Gordon, Penny Golson, Herbert Laws, Bobby Humphrey, the guy from, I can't pronounce this guy's name, Teja Van Leer, which he was Focus by Hocus Pocus by Focus, that was his, and Maynard Ferguson. And I'm a big Maynard fan, so that's going to be up my alley. But lots of things, lots of notes, so you can read all about it, folks. Read all about it, and so it's definitely something I would enjoy. I'm not so sure.
Well, no. I listen. I'm going to go that what was always too bad about whether it's a rock compilation, it's a blues compilation, a folk compilation, it doesn't matter. These were hard to get. They just were. What category in the store is going to have it? You're going to come into a record store, you're going to go to Miles Davis, John Coltrane. If you wanted somebody, say you're looking for Bobby Humphrey, this and that, you're never going to think, where in the record store are compilations? And am I going to go to the effort to even find it? Or is the record store even going to want to sell them?
Right.
Because they are not hot sellers. So they go, I think I'll pass.
Right. Well, and if you got one, right? Let's say you have Volume 1. But you don't remember, was it Volume 1? Or did I have Volume 2? Or maybe you got Volume 2 and you're looking for 3 and 4. And which volume is it? Oh, I don't remember. And back in the day, I wasn't able to call my wife and go, "Can you go downstairs and check and see if I have Volume 2?"
Yeah. This is rough.
But so that's always made it.
I'll tell you where I always pick these up, and I know you're going to say, ditto with you too, was in the dollar bins or remainders or whatever. It was always.
I was that lucky.
Well, but we always felt fortunate to find them because they are good albums.
Mm-hmm. Here's a more Dixieland one, recorded in New Orleans, Volume 2. Johnny Wiggs, Santo Picora, Eddie Pearson, and the jazz bands, and Armand Hughes Trio. I'm not familiar with any of those.
No, me either.
But I like Dixieland. So
looks like these are older recordings. I mean, they recorded fairly long time ago.
Yeah, this is a 1956 recording, at least on one of these. They all look like 1956.
Uh-huh.
But Good Time Jazz Records. But we both like Dixieland, so I'm sure this would work just fine for us.
You'll never find a Dixieland record in most stores, though. Today.
Yeah, no. If you do, like
and
you say,
even when was it? You better be down in New Orleans. That's where they will sell you some Dixieland.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right at least. Otherwise, it may be in the dollar section.
Yeah,
the Georgetown records.
Right,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Elvin Jones, James Moody, Clark Terry, Bunky
Green. I'm not familiar with him either.
Roland
Prince. I don't know him either.
But on Vanguard, that's a little different, right? I mean, you didn't see a lot of jazz on Vanguard. But Clark Terry, I always enjoyed his stuff. I think he also played with the Tonight Show band, and Elvin Jones, another great artist.
Well, Elvin Jones. That was the name that jumped out at me was Elvin Jones. So James Moody, there's some records of James Moody that if you can get them, will set you back some serious money.
Well, another one I would enjoy, and just look at the cover. They look like they're having fun, so why don't we? Right? Okay, here's the one. I think we saw something like this already.
Well, there were three albums of this.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had something. I don't know. This one says 25 years.
See,
wow, and this is a fold out. Yeah.
We had the same fold out. Maybe it's the same record. Sometimes I have things stashed one place and then they're stashed another place.
No, you've shown this record before.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems sometimes there's a Volume 1 and Volume 2, but this one isn't.
Well, I think this had 3. So you had the Dixieland and New Orleans era and the big
jazz
bands,
years.
and then you had the 50s, and then it also had one of the
It's
60s.
good to know you. It's good to know
Yeah,
you.
the best. Well, this is. Wait a minute now.
This is the jazz.
This is the Atlantic one. So this was a one-off. This was only
You think
one.
that the jazz years, that was it?
Yeah, 25. And I'm thinking of the Blue Note, which was
Okay,
volume 1,
okay.
2, and 3, and
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
shown
yeah.
that. But we've
Right.
also showed that one as
We
well.
have, yeah. Esquire, All American Hot Jazz, 22 Esquire poll
Well,
winners.
we'll put this in with the Playboy ones. You know, it's kind of the same deal.
Same idea, right, right. So this has got The Long, Long Journey, Gone with the Wind, Snafu, Buck in the Blues, Indiana Winter, Indiana Summer.
These are all 50s guys. These are all
Yeah, Coleman Hawkins.
Lucky Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Lucky Thompson here.
A lot of Coleman Hawkins as well.
From Dixieland to Bebop.
Uh-huh.
That's what they put down here.
This is Sax Billy Strayhorn.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has Neil Hefti.
So you have, you know, some late
1946
40s.
on that one.
Yeah, late 40s to early 50s there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But, yeah, nice stuff. When They Brought Down the House, a collector's album. Benny Goodman at Carnegie Hall, Rosemary Clooney in Hollywood, Enzo Pinza on Broadway, Joe Stafford and Frank Lane in New Orleans, Mahalia Jackson at Newport, Duke Ellington at Balm Musk, Charlie Barnett at Town Hall, David Kuka at the Waldorf.
The champ hasn't told you the killer here.
Oh, I see
You
that
get-
at the bottom. You can go. Here we go. You go ahead.
You
Dutch
can
Boys.
find this available at Dutch Boy Paints. Just exactly where I would go for my jazz album.
That's right. Get your
I'm
jazz
going to
albums
go down to
at
the
Dutch
paint
Boy.
store and buy a gallon of white paint.
Custom press.
Interior will do, and I'll also pick up
It's a
collector's
Columbia record
edition.
production.
I love it.
Okay, but it's a Columbia record production. But Dutch Boy Paints, yeah. When they actually had a little Dutch boy with long blonde hair.
And you know, there's nothing like a jazz record that also has Xavier Cougar at the Waldorf.
Uh-huh.
Or Maurice Chevalier in Paris.
So there's a little questionability, but you know, Benny Goodman, Carnegie Hall, Rosemary Clooney in Hollywood, those probably pretty good.
I don't know about
Duke
Enzo
Ellington.
Pins on Broadway. Now, I liked him in South Pacific, but I don't know. You
Lionel
know,
Hampton? Lionel Hampton?
You know,
at the Apollo?
You know what? If there's a person out there that wants it, the champ has a mint copy.
And I'm keeping
This
it.
is
That's
with
tough.
the Dutch Brothers
Dutch Boys.
Boy
Dutch
Paint
Boys, careful.
logo on
It
it.
might be a disclaimer put up here.
And I'll bet there's not another person out there that has this album.
Okay, so here's our final record in this jazz compilation.
God bless you.
Uh,
Just think it's going to be the last one.
Herbie
after Dutch
Hancock,
Boy.
Freddie Hubbard, Stanley Turrentine in concert, Volume 2, Ron Carr, Jack DeJohnette, and Eric Gale. Starlight Theater.
Double saxophone. Oh no, it's one's on trumpet.
Yeah, that would be Freddie Hubbard.
Oh, of course, it's Freddie Hubbard on trumpet. Sure.
Yeah. So this should be pleasant. Hornets, interlude Hornets, two different Hornets, and then side 2 is Gibraltar. I can't say it. Gibraltar by the rock.
Yeah, Rock of Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
I had to have it in my mind.
Yeah.
Rock of Gibraltar.
So
I'm not familiar with these tunes.
Well, this is
Looks like somebody took a typewriter and did the type, and they just put it right on the
there,
album.
yeah. Doug Ramsey did the notes here.
Yeah.
But you know, Kudu Records and CTI. So these are all those artists doing a live.
It's
in concert.
not an album cover that looks like a CTI. CTI albums were really outstanding covers, and this is kind of a letdown as far as the
Really,
cover.
I kind of think that's kind of cool. You know, the neon lights
Nah.
doesn't grab you, huh? What is that, side of a marquee?
You
and
should
doubled
have
it?
looked
Yeah.
at the pictures inside. It looked like photos that were overexposed. I'm
Well,
very critical. The Dizzy is very critical.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, I have to be.
This
There's
is-
so much available, and you don't have unlimited funds, so you have to figure these things out.
The abuse I got as a child.
Oh my God, yes.
Picked on all the time.
Terrible.
Another swing and miss by the champ.
Yeah. Got to be up to standards.
That's it. Okay, well, thanks again for watching, folks, and champ out.
Well, Dizzy's out, but not before saying thanks a lot for watching.